Hey there, I'm Paulino B Michael, and welcome to the Flat Out Truth. Mystery chaos here in this house always. We got everything going now, so that's great. I was working on some sweet stuff. You guys will see it later. Anyway, tonight is a great interview. We're going to have Nomadic Ministries here, and we'll go on to their background and what they're doing and their ministries and how they come to be. So anyway, this will be for entertainment purposes only. Wink, wink. So without any further ado, let's see if we can get these guys on. So I think that Chelsey invited them. We'll see if they shoot on here. Make sure all the audio is good for you guys in the video. So here we go. We're just waiting. So I was working on a new outro, I think. So when we end these, it was always static, but I put our logo to base and stuff, and I had to make it. You got to do it all by hand. Doom, 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 doom. You could probably do it with AI. I don't know, but I just do it all by myself and learn how to do it using software and stuff. But I'm pretty happy with it. Probably like 80% done. But I mean, I literally got it done and downloaded it before we came on here. So yeah, we're just waiting for our guests to jump on. I don't know if Chelsey's heard back from them or not to see. I'm in the chat in our platform. I don't see anything. I see that they're in there. They're on our platform, but I don't see that they're on. So we'll just keep it going, I guess. So anyway, a lot of things going on here. So man, I tell you, one extra baby, man, and it's like everything comes off the hook, man. That's what it seems like. But anyway, let me bring on my wife. She wants to jump on. Oh, no, she can't. She's actually feeding the baby. So you might have a co-host and a co-host to the clicker of all buttons in my IT guru, but she'll be off camera for right now. Anyway, let's bring in our guest. So here's Scott, I believe. Testing. Are you guys there? I don't like to say testing when we're on live, but I can't hear them. So something's going on. All right, I guess we're still waiting. It's weird. I can see them on, but we're just waiting for the connection, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, man, one baby. You just have one baby. A little teeny baby, man. And next thing you know, it's like crazy around here. Because you can't get the other one to sleep because the other one wants to be with you. So then she doesn't go to sleep, doesn't take her nap. And it just like working on stuff. And, we still have to get out and cook food and manage and do errands and stuff like that. I can't hear them. So if they're trying to talk, I can't hear them. You guys should write in a chat to see, can you guys write in a chat at least? Or just go on your phone. Your phone might work. Just don't put it on speakerphone and just try to go that route. The phone works really good. Actually, like when Discord messes up, I suggest everybody just use their phone and just talk normal. Don't put it on speakerphone though, because it doesn't work good if you try that. All right, they're writing something right now. You can still read stuff, right?
Yeah.
Chelsey's trying to be quiet. She's so funny. But I got a good story while we're waiting, I guess. We went to the UPS store. That was yesterday, right?
Yes.
So we had to go do some returns for TikTok stuff and Amazon stuff or whatnot. And we had to go to Kohl's. But anyway, so we went to the UPS store right by our house. And TikTok said I didn't need a box. And they go there and they print it and it says I needed a box. Don't you guys hate that? Anyway. So I didn't have a box, and they're like, "Oh, there's a little box right over there for $4." And I'm like, "Man, I got so many boxes at home. I'm not paying $4." But yes, we still go to McDonald's once in a while. The kids do still like chicken McNuggets, especially if we're on the run. And so we ended up going to McDonald's, and we pull up to the window. And, I'm just my normal self, and Chelsey figures I go, "Hey, would you guys happen to have a box?" And the lady's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I have to ship this back, and then now I have to need a box, and I don't want to have to go all the way home. And they want to charge me $4. And she looked at me kind of like, And then I made her laugh, and she's like, hold on, I'll be right back. And she took off, man. She came back and handed me a box. I go, when she's going to get the box or look for a box, I asked Chelsey, is that weird? And Chelsey goes, yes, it's very weird. She goes, I would have never thought of that. She gave me a box and we went right back across the street. And I know the owner of the UPS store, which is funny. He's actually a member on our platform. But anyway, they looked at me, how'd you get a box so quick? And I just asked them at McDonald's, and their eyes get so big, like, what? I go, yeah. They got to have boxes to put their sauces in or whatever. So they might have had one if they didn't destroy them by now. She handed me a box, and it was a Mickey D's, like, I think it was a ranch box or something. So I just threw the 2 products in there, and they taped them up for me, and off they went, man. It was crazy.
I think we had an audio issue. So
okay, the
whole, like, all up until this point might not have been heard.
Us too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Try again.
Testing. Can you hear us now? Yes? No? How did we have an audio issue, I wonder? Are you messing with stuff, or did somebody update?
No, it didn't click.
Uh-oh. It didn't click. All right.
Oh, no.
Well,
Vea's over watching on YouTube.
All right. So can she hear us now, everybody?
Yeah, I just asked them. Sound check.
All right. Let's see. Anybody else? I'm gonna get on TikTok then.
Yep. All right, we're good. Yep.
All right, sweet. So anyway, I'm Paulino B Michael. Welcome to the Flat Out Truth. And everything is great. So everything's fine. It's all figured out. So
I didn't hear your entire story.
Yeah. So good. I can use my story again.
That's true.
Funny. Yeah. That's wonderful. So anyway, is our guest on now? Nomadic Ministries. Can we hear them? Can you hear us? Oh yeah, and that shouldn't be allowed. All right. So anyway, can you guys hear us? Can we hear you? Testing. Why do I want to say testing? I don't like to say testing on lives. I know I don't. It's the wrong thing to do.
It is.
Can you guys say something? Because we can't hear you.
Check your audio.
Check your audio too, I guess.
And if you need to go back and rejoin, that's no problem.
Yeah, it's weird. It was just like on Tuesday. I get it. Chelsey clicks like 20 buttons just to start her stuff between all the platforms, but
they're gonna rejoin.
All right.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people have their producers.
Yeah. Hey, I can start all over again. So anyway,
go.
So the story you guys missed because our audio was not working as well, I guess. Yeah, we were out and about, and we have a new baby, so we had to try to get everybody into the truck and stuff. But anyway, we were dropping off returns for Amazon and TikTok. And sometimes they'll say, do you want, I don't know why anybody would ever pick this other choice, but the one choice we always pick is no box, no wrap or anything like that. You just, get the scan and you give it to them and they put it in a box and everything. So TikTok was supposed to be the same thing. So we go to UPS and I drop off, they take the Amazon stuff good. It was really easy. And then the other one, they were like, oh no, the TikTok ones have to be in box. And I go, I didn't say that. So then what I ended up doing is telling them, all right, I'll be right back. And they printed the label, which is wrong too. They should never do that because I don't even have to do anything because it was on my main receipt for the rest of the stuff. But anyway, we ran across the street to McDonald's because we were all on the road. I know, don't kill me for the McDonald's. Kids do like the McNuggets and fries or whatnot. So while we were pulling up, I was talking to a lady and I was paying for the food and I was like, hey, do you guys have a box? And she's like, what? I go, do you guys have an extra box? Because I went to go return these to UPS, but they need a box for TikTok. And she kind of rolled her eyes at first, but then I don't know, man. I won her over really quick. And next thing I know, she goes, I'll go check. So she went to the back to go check. And then I asked Chelsey, I go, hey, is that weird? And Chelsey goes, yes, very weird. She said, I would have never thought of that. And the lady comes back and we have a really good chat and pick up our food and go right back across the street. And I know the owner casually to the UPS store. He's actually a member of the Flat Out Truth platform, actually. And he goes, how'd you come back so quick? And I go, well, we went to McDonald's and I asked the lady in the drive-thru for a box. And he was like, he couldn't believe it. And his coworker his employee was like, what? I go, yeah, they have boxes for sauces and stuff. I mean, unless they destroyed them all, And he goes, man, I'd have never thought of that. And so I just put the two headphones in there, and they took them and wrapped them up, and that was it. And I came back out, and Chelsea's like, "That's just crazy, man. That you would
I can't even think of someone that would think to ask the drive-through window. Oh yeah, do you have anything that I can use or borrow? Like, especially a box. But as soon as you ask them, I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense, because what business doesn't have extra, like, just boxes laying around? They might have tossed them, but
that's what
they have boxes.
Yeah, I even asked her, right? I go, do you have any boxes, or did you guys already destroy them all, right?
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'll go look. And she went and looked, and she was like, I won her over pretty quick.
You did.
And she had come back smiling. I just told her, be blessed and thank you very much. And she got so happy that she could help us out. Wasn't she very happy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made her. I think you.
Yeah, I made her day. Her helping somebody, and it's the way. That's the way we should all be. It should just be like that. I like helping people. They help me back. It works out. So, anyway, can we hear them now? I hope so. Testing. Again, I have the testing.
Yeah.
I gotta stop saying testing.
You're the one that's like,
no, don't say
do this
testing.
on the show. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I would be the one that would normally do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey,
we can hear you.
There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you now. I feel like a cell phone commercial. Can you hear me now?
They replaced him.
It's a really old one. Do you guys remember those? It was our Sprint. Sprint used to do that. Can you hear me now?
I thought it was Verizon.
No, Sprint started.
Sprint started?
Yep.
Shoot.
Sprint PS or whatever was it. SPS or something like that.
Okay,
SPC?
so
SPC.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
Yeah, you guys are breaking up.
We haven't been talking.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You're still breaking up.
Your words were like our faces.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I don't know. It is. It's breaking in and out. You don't need video, so that's totally fine.
Yeah, you don't need video.
Your video on.
Yeah, just audio.
Yeah, just audio. I made a really cool picture for you guys. I hope you guys like caricatures. Just playing. If I would have had time, I would have did it. That's actually pretty easy for me. That would have been easier than do what I did. Oh yeah, you guys are still breaking up.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Whatever your best microphone source is. Whatever you used last time worked well.
Yeah, wasn't too bad.
We're going to say the other day.
And we have this time.
Wow. They're even plugged. I think he said they're plugged in this time.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's cutting in and out.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out really bad. I don't know why. Technology is good and horribly bad.
Agreed. It's the most useful thing in the world when it works, but when it doesn't, it's the most frustrating thing in the world.
It's usually one button or something crazy.
Yeah.
Are we still?
You should hear us.
We
Yeah,
can hear you, but
it breaks up.
it breaks up pretty
It's like
badly.
ooh, like that.
You said you're more than
Yeah.
welcome to try something with a different mic, whatever works best.
I mean, like I said, you guys can call in and
Yes.
it'll work. Like you can call or use the phone. That's usually one of the best things. You can't see it. Yeah, it almost sounds like you guys have a bad connection or a bad wire and a mic, but I don't think you guys are using a mic. Can we always have them call in and we just do that other thing?
Yeah, Plan Z.
Yeah, we can do a Plan Z. You can just call us on the phone, like a telephone. Do they got your number?
No, but I can get it to him.
All right.
So
we're gonna give you the phone number, and then you can just call us, and we'll tap you in that way. Just a regular phone call. Chelsea's gonna send you the phone number. Oh, now you sounded good. What did you just do? You there?
Try again.
Did you hear him that time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you sounded good for like a hot second.
Yeah, he did. I was like, try it now. Whatever you did. Nope, it broke back up.
Yeah. Dang it.
But yeah, she'll just give you a phone number. You just call that, and then we'll tap you in this other way.
Yep.
Plan Z. She's putting it in a message. So technically, they can still stay on, right? In this call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do.
Yeah, so
This is pretty cool.
let me do
We learned this because we had like a missed call, and I put them on live. I'm not joking.
Let me try this real
We had
quick.
a missed call.
Hold on. I'm gonna do that.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna take them off speaker for now,
Okay.
and then I sent them the information they need. So
All right. So then you guys just use the phone and call us in. Hey, what's up? What's up, Marcus? We have audio issues. You know how that goes, buddy. We don't know what it is.
all right, we'll get them on shortly, guys.
So we're just going to have them call in. This is live, guy. This is what happens, man. You have to know what you're doing. So we have to have a plan Z. It's an audio device, I believe, because it's the same one that they used in the pre-interview. Yeah, and we ended up getting that running pretty smooth. The number disappeared, it said. Why would the number disappear?
Do not know.
She's redoing it.
Yeah, check your I'm just sending you a private message on the on the platform.
Yeah, it was on the platform. So yeah, everything was fine. It ended up working out. They were using their laptop and their audio started coming in good, and so we don't know what's going on. I think they're in the same spot and everything. We can't tell because they were breaking up, so we don't know if they moved or sitting in a different place, or maybe it's because of where the moon is right now. I don't know. I have no idea. You know what?
Moon.
This is for entertainment purposes only. I better say it again because I was muted or something. But
Oh, there's Sayo. What's up, Sayo? You're not on TikTok.
so I would say maybe it's the government trying to keep us from all this knowledge that we're doing.
Let me try.
Yeah, they're in the office for the internet. It's so crazy.
I sent the phone number to Angeline.
I think they can hear you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get this going. So it's gonna be a really cool show. You guys better bring it, man, and bring some really good stories. And these guys are, this is what I'm waiting for. This is not. Hey, this is real. This is not acting. We're not doing this for suspense or anything.
No.
No.
I'm over the suspense.
No, it's technology. I've been sitting in this chair for a long time. I just thought about that. Probably 8 hours today.
Oh wait, here.
Send it to him, please. It says.
Oh, okay. All right. Give me just a second.
Do. She's sending it. I know what Scott's thinking. He feels like Zen. Audio chaos. It's not really audio chaos. It's audio crapness.
I don't know how, like, even with all the modern technology, like phones and whatnot, like every phone's mic should be, like.
I'm telling you, like, if you're gonna do, like, if you guys ever go on Digital Readers Club or anything like that, just use the phone. Don't put it on speakerphone because it'll sound like crap. But if you just talk like a regular phone, it sounds really good. We're the one that told Zen that. We're like, tell all your guests to use that. Oh, here they come.
No, that's not it. That's spam.
No, so it's not them even. We got spam. We should have seen if they would join the Flat Out Truth. That works. It was funny. We got somebody on. Was Marcus on that day when that happened? He probably was.
That was such a fun thing.
Yeah, it was funny. It's almost like the McDonald's drive-thru all over.
Yep, they left me a voicemail. It's not them.
but no fries. They just left a message.
Oh, wait. Okay, maybe it was them. That's funny. Okay.
Oh.
It came up as
It came up as spam. So recall that again. Are you gonna call him back?
I'll call him back. I can show people. It says suspected spam. That's funny.
That's funny. We're calling you back.
I get a lot of spam calls. So.
She does.
All right, let's do this again.
Here we go. What an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I love lives. They're amazing. Yes, we got you. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Suspected spam from Arkansas.
You guys are spam, man.
Nice.
They probably do work for the government, man. Shills. Some kind of shill or whatever.
Just kidding.
Just playing. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So everything should have been better, right? Maybe you shouldn't have went to your office and went back to where you guys were at.
All right.
That's technology.
Just the enemy's on target, so are we.
Right.
It's probably, they probably got mad because I got boxes from McDonald's and, you know, it's against some kind of law or something.
Yeah, we missed your story both times.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I was redoing it.
Yeah, because we couldn't hear it.
Something about a box. We caught the tail end.
Yeah, we got the box part.
Yeah, so what happened is we were doing returns yesterday and for Amazon and TikTok, you know, and they'll say like, you can select sometimes, do you like no box, no anything, like they'll do it for you. You just go and take the little tag thing and then they do it all for you, box it up. So I did that for both of them. We returned to Amazon, but when I did the TikTok, they're like, oh no, you need a box. And then he's like, we got one over there for $4. It was like a little box. I was like, I'm not paying $4. I got like a whole bunch at home. And so we take the kids to McDonald's. Yes, they do like McDonald's and nuggets and stuff. So we go through the drive-thru, and then right when I pull up, I asked that lady after I paid for my food, hey, do you have an extra box laying around? And she's like, what? I go, well, I have these TikTok things I got to return, and they're trying to charge me $4. She rolled her eyes like, dang, that's a lot. So she goes, let me go check. So she went and checked, got me a box that they put all those little sauces in or something, gave it to me, and I just appreciated, told her, you know, be blessed and all that. She was so happy she could help us. And we picked up our food and went right back across the street. And I kind of know the owner just from returns and stuff. And he's a member. He actually joined the Flat Out Truth. So he's a member on our platform. It's pretty funny. And he's like, how'd you get a box so quick? And I was like, McDonald's, man. He started laughing. He's like, only you could do that, you know? But it was funny. So when I first did it, I asked Chelsey, is that weird? She goes, yes, it's weird. But it worked.
It's normal for him, though.
Yeah, sadly. All right. Well, we're glad to have you guys on. You guys can introduce yourself, right? Nomadic Ministries, and we'll find out what you guys are all about. How's that sound?
Okay. I'm Angeline Croucher.
I'm Scott.
We're Nomadic Ministries. Hi, all. You want to give what we are? Okay. So we'll start with why we started the ministry or how it came about. We were from Oregon originally, originally from Arkansas, but we worked full time for an EMT. We were in EMTs for a company there, and we felt the Lord. I'm sorry. Anyway, we were the Most High told us that we needed to stop our jobs, and that, you know, after a series of things, he was leading us to that we were to sell everything and to hit the open road, sharing the gospel across the country. So that's what we did, and that's where the name Nomadic Ministries comes from.
How long ago was that, you said?
Oh, I'm sorry. I can barely hear you on this end with the phone.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So,
yeah.
That was in January.
Wow.
December.
Wow. So
we got the call in October, like September of last year. So it's been actually a year ago that the Lord told us to do this. But then we actually hit the road in January.
We were trying to do, because we have, you know, our hearts are for helping, you know, just doing what Yah says, and, you know, helping people that are homeless and helping the orphans and everything. But we could only do it one day out of the month because of our job. Mm-hmm. And they were, we had it scheduled so that we had, the certain Friday off. What was it, like the last Friday of the month or something like that?
The third Friday.
Third Friday. Yeah, it was supposed to be the third Friday. And we would go out, we would make meals and share that and share the gospel, and it was very rewarding. It was a tremendous blessing to do that. But then, all of a sudden they started changing our schedule so we couldn't do it. And it just, worked, and he just wanted us to work for him full time. So that's what we did. And, we sold everything. We got this, I had this, so I had this Trailblazer, right? And I was pulling around, I got this, what was it, Aristocrat, 1964 Aristocrat trailer, right? But I knew that this wasn't going to be good enough because we're also carting around 2 dogs, mind you, 2 dogs. And so we traded that for this motorhome, right? And then we were waiting for our deposit to come back from the place that we had been renting from. And we ended up having to spend most of the deposit on repairs. So all the money that we had saved for going across the country, we ended up having to use that for repairs. And so then we were just like, okay, yeah. So we would just go places wherever, as far as we could get on the gas that we had. And then we'd try to find a church, and say, hey, can we work for some money so we can get some gas, we can get on the road. We're trying to get to Arkansas, because this job became available for us to be park hosts at this RV park, right? So we had no money to get here, and Yah provided the whole way so that we could get all the way here to Arkansas. And would it take us how many days now?
Which should have been like around a 35-hour trip turned into 49 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. It was quite a journey. A lot of, and then we had some issues, some breakdowns, some things. At the time, they were kind of frustrating, but everywhere that we stopped or broke down or ran out of gas, it was ministry, because we were able to witness to the people around us. We were able to share the gospel with those people. And then a couple of times we actually broke down in Bakersfield, California. I don't know if you've ever been to Bakersfield, California.
No.
But we broke down in the worst part, trying to head to a Napa Auto Part. And it's not a place you want to be. But that's where we were for nearly a week. And we're able to just walk around and share the gospel with those folks. And
mind you, I can do repairs on things. YouTube is great for that.
Right.
But this particular motorhome had no YouTube videos on.
Wow.
My way through everything. Yeah, and then, and I'm not, too mechanically inclined, I admit it. But, I would just pray. I would be under this thing, trying to yank out this, whatever part I needed to replace and put back in, and not know how to do it. I just get on there. I just pray to God. I'd be like, God, show me how to do this. Give me the wisdom like you did in the ancient days to the the builders of the tabernacle and everything. Just give me wisdom and help me to do this, and it would all work out. But it was a arduous journey, and it was very it was not without a lot of tribulation, a lot of trials, and the other thing too was, like, before we left, Yahuah put it on me to put out these album release, this music that he'd blessed me with before we went. So I was thinking, oh, this is going to pay our way there, this is going to be the means for paying our way there. This music's going to generate revenue, and this is going to help fund our ministry, and we're just going to be working for him, right? Well, that's not how it worked out at all. That's not how it worked out at all. And but it did. We got to stop in a few places, and they had like celebrate recoveries and stuff like that, and we got to minister there and share, and I would share some of my music ministry, and man, it was just awesome. The amount of people. Now there was, we would even stop by these mega churches on the way, and these people had millions and millions of dollars, and they just, looked at us like we were, what are you talking about? What?
Right.
it was amazing.
Yeah, we even had some of them, we asked to do work. We were willing to trade if they knew of anybody in the congregation that might need some help. And because
Uh-oh.
like, really?
Yeah, you're good now.
And then a couple of the churches, these are big churches, like really, like lots of money churches. And they were like, no, we don't have that kind of ministry here. We don't do that here.
Mm.
And we're like, what? Yeah, it was shocking that, there are no, as you've stated before, on your things, that there are no perfect churches. We know this,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just, it was heartbreaking to see that the people, the leadership were so detached from their congregation. They had no idea that any of them needed help, if they did at all.
Yeah.
So that was, we learned a lot of things on the journey. Some good lessons.
Yeah, no homeless ministries, no ministries for the widows, no ministries for the orphans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing there. Just millions and millions of dollars to help build the church even bigger, add a whole new wing.
Yeah.
A 10,000 square foot wing.
Yeah, because
it would already be like.
Yeah, you would have figured if they would have called, if they would have just asked people, even, mow a lawn, take down a tree, I don't know, anything. Somebody probably needed something, but they just wouldn't even ask. That's really bad.
Yeah, they wouldn't even, they wouldn't even ask. And then Scott and I have both done ministry for different types of churches. And we went to, well, I mentioned before. Anyway, a particular denomination we went to, we both worked for in different places in the past, and we went to them, to see if they had it. And it's typical of them to have that ministry. And then we'd let them know, the gal at the desk, we've, for 7 years I served this particular type congregation, this denomination thing, and Scott served down in Southern California for the same.
As a youth pastor.
Yeah, and the head person wouldn't even come out.
They wouldn't even come and talk to us.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was just on the other side of the door. No.
Wow. Yeah.
So we just saw some issues, but we did, we were in Tehachapi, and the Spirit just moved us to stop by this one small little church, and we did. The gal happened to be in the office, and she's like, well, we don't have any help, but you know what? Come to Celebrate Recovery tonight. We'd love for you to meet these people. And it ended up being one of the biggest blessings, because we made a couple running that was like total truthers, and they were just the biggest blessing ever, the entire group. So the group that you would just, expect to, be hesitant or non-welcoming was like the most welcoming. It was like the best. I think the best.
In April, we're still in contact with us. We talk with them frequently, and they're real ones.
Yeah. So there's some great places. The places we least expected help, and that's how the Lord always seems to work, in places you least expect it. We're able to help, and we met some brothers and sisters we would have never met before.
And it was like we like Angelina had said, we can work, and so we were willing to do that. But it's like Yah's like, no, I just want you to see that you need to depend on me, and I can provide.
Right. Or totally step out in faith. It's one thing to say you trust the Lord and step out on faith, but until you actually, make that leap, and you totally rest in Him and waiting on Him, it's a totally different life experience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I know where you guys are coming from, Chelsey and I do. Yeah.
Right.
It's because people think I'm crazy. I left the job that I left, to do this. But it is what it is. I'm not even worried. It seems like other people are more worried about my choices than I am. You guys probably get that
right?
too. You guys probably get that too sometimes. How would you leave that? How do you do this? Why would you sell everything?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, people can't comprehend it. We live in a society that everybody's trying to accumulate stuff and have stuff and be financially secure, and like, how could you do that? That's so stupid. Why would you do something like that?
Yeah. It's like,
because y'all told us to.
Yeah, it's just stuff. It's nice to have, but you should be able to get rid of it at any time if you need to. It's not a big deal. There's more stuff out there. At some point, if you're going to get it back, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's just stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
Baby.
Oh yeah, yeah. We try to train her to sleep during the shows, but it's not working out. And Chelsea's the only one that
On
can
their
calm
own
her down.
schedule.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, she's 2 weeks now. She's 2 weeks, so she's she has her own mind, obviously. Anyway, so like that long trip, and you guys met a lot of people, and where'd you guys settle up at?
Where are we now?
Yeah, where'd you guys settle down at? Yeah, for right now.
We're in Mountain View, Arkansas. So a small town in middle of Arkansas.
Okay, that's the middle.
and the funny thing is, this goes back to like Kimberly Baker.
Yeah.
You interviewed her
Yeah.
a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And I heard her on Zen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And so Angelina and I, you did research and we became ASNs because of her. And then we come all the way here, and then she's the head of the Jural Assembly
For Arkansas.
for Arkansas. And then, I get on the Jural Assembly, and it's just, really interesting how y'all all got together. I had no idea what assembly she was in, but we stepped here, it was just interesting.
Yeah. That's audio chaos back there.
She's ready. That baby's ready to do some podcasting.
Oh yeah. She's like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. Yeah. It's all right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This is live, people. This is what happens. But
All right, so
oh yeah, you guys have all been there. You guys have like 8 kids altogether, right? Between the both of you.
we didn't hear you what?
Oh, you guys have 8 children between the both of you guys.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott came with 2 and I came with 6.
Yeah. So you guys know about babies then.
Oh yeah. Then some.
Yeah.
Been initiated.
Yeah. And first great grandbaby coming around Thanksgiving.
Wow. Wow. So, what do you guys do now? Do you guys go out and do ministry now? Like right there where you're at?
This is the thing. Like when we first got here initially, I went out a couple times because this place is supposed to be like the folk music capital of the world, right? Mountain View, Arkansas. And so I thought, I can use my music ministry. We went out a couple times, but it's just not the same. People are dug in to mainstream Christianity and everything. So it's like, they're not. It's just hard. I mean, so Yah had been telling us to start a podcast for a while. Angeline's been trying to get me to do it for a while, and I just kept putting it off. And so I was like, well, it could be the way, that we can get, the message out, to do these studies and such. And it was a way for us to also, be able to continue to teach our children while, we're away. And of course, most of our children are all grown, except for the last 2 of mine. But so we started doing that. So I just started putting together these studies, and we started doing that. And so that's how we're doing it now, and just how we live our lives. Angeline works in the office here, and so she's being a ambassador for Mashiach while she's here, and then I do the same, in every aspect of our lives, and it's just yeah. But I mean, we want to do more, and that's what our whole plan is. Like with the whole ASN thing, is to be able to purchase land and start a story for the remnant, for people, coming out of families like I came out of, and families that like Nathan Reynolds came out of, and stuff like that, to break generational curses and deliverance and all kinds of stuff like that. And of course, orphans ministry and feeding the homeless and stuff. We have all these plans. And this was one of the cool things about when we journeyed here. We got to stop at all of these missions on the way. And it was so cool to see, that, up close and personal, we got tours of these places and stuff, and it was just amazing. It was just amazing.
Well, we kept seeing a common theme everywhere we stopped. It was, going into these places that the Lord was telling us that this is what he wanted us to do. Mm-hmm. It wasn't necessarily a homeless mission, but it was, we knew we were going to be helping people, mm-hmm. and it was going to be big, and that's what we're headed for and towards currently.
Now, did you guys record any of these travels? That'd have been good.
We didn't video any. Well, a couple of little videos, but a zillion photographs, and we at the time had a Facebook page we're putting it on, but we kept getting hacked and issues with the Facebook, so we took it off. But yeah, we were photo journaling it, and then I was physically journaling it. So, but no videos to like.
Yeah, we plan on doing like a video for that for our channel, eventually.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten around to that yet.
That'd have been a great adventure if you just lived a whole bunch of that or videoed it, That'd have been great. I mean, you can still do it. Take off now, start back the other way, redo it. I'm just playing.
We plan on doing that. We hopefully are going to go back here to be there for our grandson's birth, back in Oregon. So instead of going the southern route, we hope to head over the northern route.
Yeah. Well, we did originally plan on filming it, but we had a GoPro type camera, and we ended up having to sell it to fund the trip. So
right.
Originally had the plan to do it, but life happens, and sometimes you gotta go.
Yeah. I mean, just use your guys' phone if you have to. You'll just log it. That'd be good, man. I think that'd be a good series, like just showing somebody actually traveling, doing the ministries that you guys want to do, or just even checking out different churches. People. They're very curious at different types of churches, big, small, little, and I think that would be a good draw. I'm being honest.
It was definitely a life learning trip, and brought us a lot closer to the Lord and to each other, because we've never done anything like this. I've done missionary trips, but on teams, but to do this with your husband, to do this with your spouse in such tight quarters, our motorhome isn't really big, so with my husband and 2 dogs, it's even smaller. But it was a joy. It was the Lord blessed us so much. We learned so much, not just only about Him, but about each other. Yeah. It's in the modern culture. People are, when things get tough, they're out, they're done, they walk away. And for us, it just made us stronger.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I wrote this song called Faith Sings, and I got the idea when I was at Faith OBC. It was this Orthodox Presbyterian church. They had these hymnals, and they were called Faith Sings. But it was like, when you're in these churches, a lot of these churches, you don't see people and their faith, live out their faith. So I had this idea, you let your faith sing. Mm-hmm. You let your faith sing, and it's in uncomfortableness. Mm-hmm. Yah brings us to, He doesn't promise us those things in this world. The promises we have are coming. But what we are promised is trials and tribulations, and difficulty. Those things, but nobody talks about those things in mainstream Christianity. So I wrote this song about it, and I wanted to play it for my pastor. And I played it for my pastor, but he wouldn't let me do it at the church. It's like, no, we don't want truth in here. So
wow,
it's just interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice though that you guys can like hang out with each other and all that and enjoy that time. Like Chelsey and I, we love it. We love going on road trips with the kids and us. We just talk the whole time. So some people are like, man, it seems like a lot of couples do everything separate,
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of people made comments about that. Really negative comments about spending so much time with. Mm-hmm. Like for me, they talk to me and they talk about, how did you handle your husband like that? How do you spend so much time with him? Doesn't he drive you crazy? And just a lot of negativity, but it just made us closer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Spending time together.
Yeah, you should want to spend time with the person you're with.
We're one flesh. We're one,
Yeah. I mean, like most people, they spend 40 plus hours at their work, and they could be spending time with somebody else, their boss or a coworker, and they don't spend as much time with their own spouse, especially talking or working on something together.
True.
So it's a good bonding experience.
That was what really was terrible when we were working, these jobs. Is we didn't spend as much time together. It was terrible. We had to try to find lunch breaks and stuff together.
Yeah, we're for the same company, but hardly ever saw each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really it's a modern thing though, and then they wonder why there's so much divorce or people are not happy in their relationships and things like that. It's because of their bonding with coworkers and other people and not their mate, and it's really a shame.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And then even with the children, like if you put them in daycare, then they're bonding with the daycare provider or the school and not the parents,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's by design.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Anyway, so you've been playing much music, or you still going around doing that a little bit here and there?
I'm still. I still do it here. Angeline, I'm always serenading her. I'm always singing our songs, and Yah's always giving me new stuff. It's like we did this study on the sacred name, right? This was our last episode, and Yah gave me this song, and it's about the sacred name, that because Yahushua's name means Yahuah is salvation. So that's what the song's about is in his name is salvation. So it's like I'm always getting songs. Yahuah's always giving me stuff, and Angeline is always inspiring me too by things she says or just being who she is, and Mashiach. It's awesome, and she plays a mean tambourine. Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
I used to be offended when he'd say that. I thought that was like, I guess in the music world it's a good thing because you got rhythm, but when he used to say it, it was like, oh, like when you talk about a gal that's not as pretty in the dating world, it's like, well, she's got a great personality. And that's how I kind of took it. She plays a good tambourine. But he meant it in a good way.
That's
I
funny.
said,
Mean tambourine.
mean tambourine. It was like, yeah. So I get it. Scott's, it's amazing what the Lord has done with his talent in music. He'll just wake up one morning like he had this song in his head when he was sleeping. By lunchtime, he's written a whole new song, lyrics and all. Like, it's just amazing how the Lord blesses. I wish I had half the creativity and talent. But it's really cool.
Yeah, it kind of sounds, it's kind of like the Skiba, Skiba News Nation, Jake. Some of his stuff is pretty similar here and there. Did you guys watch Hebrew Fest? I think that's what it was, right? Is that what it's called, babe? Yeah. Hebrew Fest? Did you guys hear about that?
Hebrew Lion?
No, Hebrew Fest. It's like a festival for music.
I think they.
I haven't.
Missouri.
I haven't seen that, no.
Yeah, Skiba. So Jeremiah and Jake went to it. I guess it was its second year. So there's a whole bunch of like different types of music about biblical stuff. I guess we'll just say I don't know if you want to call it Christian or it can't be. It's Hebrew, but whatever. But there was rappers there. There was folk, rock. It seemed like there was a whole bunch of different genres. And
Cool.
Yeah, I saw he's got a Truther Fest coming up here in October.
Yeah, Truther.
Yeah, the Truth Con.
Yeah, Truther Con. Yeah, it's in Dallas. Yeah, we were gonna go, but we're not gonna be able to make it now. Baby came early, so Chelsey has to go back to work earlier. Yeah. Yep. Not meant to be again. We were going to meet Rob a couple times. Rob Skiba, his father, before he passed. And one time we were going to Zen's. Zen had one. and they changed the date on us, and then it happened to be around the date that our son was going to be born. So then we couldn't go. And then he canceled the next one, and that's why we didn't meet Rob that time. And then Rob passed, and then now Jeremiah, we were going to go meet him there, because I talked to Jeremiah on the phone and stuff a lot. Yeah, he's trying to do the best he can. But yeah, we thought we were going to make it that time, and then the baby came early. So then these dang babies, man, that's 2 babies that did that, right? Yeah, she's laughing. 2 babies. You have plans, they have their own plans.
Yep.
Yeah, it would have been nice, because that Zen is the one where they went to the Georgia Guidestones before they got blown up or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that was a cool story.
Yeah, that'd have been nice to go see.
Yeah. I wish I could have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it blew up or before it blew up, or both?
Both.
Yeah, I wanted to really see, because, you know, like you can see pictures, but man, when you go there and see how massive they were, you know, like that was a lot of effort to put those in there, and all those languages, you know, out of granite and stuff. It's just, I don't know. It's a modern marvel. Well, it's almost like
I'm sure the vibe there was different too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that was one of the things that Rob and Zen tried to do, is flip it. They prayed about it and all that while they were there. I think they flipped it around, whatever happened. But he prayed for those suckers to come down, and then they did, didn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. All I got to say, I don't know if they did it, but it couldn't hurt.
Yeah, it's a prayer.
Answers prayer.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why he did that 444, Rob Skiba. Yeah. And that's actually what time Jeremiah's show starts, actually. Central time. His is Central, though. We're Eastern over here, so. But, you know, it's funny. Like, Rob and I would do a lot of things that were pretty similar. Because I told Chelsey, like, every time we see, like, any numbers that are the same, I just pray out loud and stuff like that. And then it was like, I don't know. It was like about 3 or 4 months later, Rob said it out loud, right, babe? He's like, I'm going to start this 444. And I looked at Chelsey. I was like, wow, that was funny. Yeah. Marcus in our chat says that it's the 444 initiative. So.
What?
That's what Rob called it. The 444.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he wanted everybody to pray at 444 every day. Because he figured.
Is that in the AM or the PM?
Well, you'd probably be every time you're like, well, he was Central too, right? Yeah, so he was Central too. But he just said if everybody did it, you know, everybody in Central, everybody wherever they were at. Yeah.
Well, 2 or more gathered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a lot of research. I don't know. Did you guys watch all of his stuff?
Oh, yeah. Well, the interesting thing is, like, you know, I was already there as far as, you know, this planet of the Earth and stuff. Just from, you know, my own eyes. You know, I've seen the sun in front of clouds and, you know, the moon in front of clouds and stuff, and as other clouds are going by and they're in front of it. So just things like that. And, you know, no noticeable movement. And of course, you know, water always finds a level, and there's no way that we could either be spinning that fast without the water flying everywhere, right? You know, gravity, if there, you know, there was this thing called gravity that held everything in place to that extent, you know, we'd all be crushed. So it made sense to me. So when people were talking about flat Earth, I'm like, yeah, I'm already there. But then I would come home from work and I wanted something to listen to because my neck was really killing me. And so I would get, you know, this hot Epsom bath, you know, going. And then I was looking for something on YouTube to listen to. And then I found Rob Skiba and I just pushed play. And I just started going through all of his stuff systematically, from his oldest stuff to his new stuff. So I didn't even know that he passed until I came to the end part of it, and his wife comes on. Yeah, so I didn't even know, and I was just crushed because I was like, man, I want to meet this guy and everything. I was just like, this guy's awesome. Yeah, you know, and then you know, that's how I came across Zen, was, you know, because he did a couple episodes with Zen, and so then I checked Zen out, you know, and I started listening to Zen too. but it was just like, yeah. And so then that's what I listened to when I was at work. You know, I listened to Rob Skiba and then, you know, while I'm doing work, you know,
Yeah.
and people are like, what are these guys talking about? And I'm like, this is the truth.
Yeah, it was. They did 2 great series together. They did the Book of Enoch, and then they started in Genesis. Those were very good.
Yeah.
But they did shows together before that. But yeah, those were some of my favorites. But yeah, it was a shock. I mean, that he passed like that. You know, he finally got his funding to start Seed, that comic book, an animated series, and then yeah.
Just the video that he did, that, you know, animated one was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he was putting in the work for sure. 'Cause people don't realize, like, he would talk about it, but people don't realize how much work this is, especially if you're doing other stuff. If you're just doing a podcast, it's still work. But if you're doing everything else, you know, getting ready to write books or music or artwork or, you know, the singing and all these other things. I mean, just comic books. It just takes a lot of effort, especially if you still have a family too. You know, if you're just a loner, I guess it probably wouldn't be as hard. But when you have a family and stuff, yeah, they don't realize it. You know, they just think that they just see the product, right? The end product usually.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Like just putting together the study, you know, once a week. I mean, the amount of research that goes into it. I learned so much from doing them. I love it. I love it. I learned so much from them, and yeah, just that alone. And then, you know, like you said, you know, doing music, you know, putting together an album, you know, putting that together, then, you know, not having anybody to do it, you got to produce it yourself.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out how to circumnavigate, you know, with all this software and everything. It was a very educational for sure.
Yeah, just like your trip. See, like, I'll use that for an example, right? You guys you could do a yada yada, right? So you guys left Oregon and yada yada, you're in Arkansas. But all that stuff happened in between. The vehicle's breaking down. It took longer than you thought. You don't know how to fix a vehicle. You didn't have no YouTube. You see what I mean? And that's the interesting part, is the journey, right? But that's the part that people overlook. Like, if you guys did it there and then make it there and you guys are doing fine, they're like, eh. But they didn't see the struggle to get there. But
Yeah.
but that's the fun
Yeah,
part.
it would have been cool if the GoPro camera was still with us. That would have been good material.
I mean, you still have story. I mean, like, you know, you guys could make a video and just do almost like a slideshow and explain what was happening. Oh, this is when that happened. This is when that happened. It'd still be good.
Yeah.
But people do like to watch
And
somebody
I tell
following
you,
around.
I got acquainted with that engine. Man, I did not want to get acquainted with that engine like that. That was like, you know, three different alternator changes.
Wow.
Setting the tension on this thing. Now this is crazy because, you know, normally you have like general access to it. It's easy to, you know, establish the tension on the belt, right? Not with this thing. You know, you got to basically lay on top of this engine, and you got your arms stretched forward like you're Superman, and you're just blindly feeling your way, brailing your way to it while trying to hold it up, you know, as tight as you can, and tighten it in the opposite direction so you're going against it, and you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. You know what? I have a neighbor that's a master mechanic, and he does base war things too. Like, you try to base a bunch of bass. So he does it. That's his hobby. But man, he's always working on his truck. He's got like 4 alternators in his one truck. I mean, because he's got so much, like so many batteries and stuff like that. But I'm like, man, I can just get sick of working on my truck, even if it was for fun. I just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I got burned out. For sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if we had to get this thing going again, it's like, you got to drop the tank on the gas tank, which you can't do unless it's on a lift, number one. So what am I going to have to do to that thing? I got to cut in through the top to get through it. I got to cut the floor out, to get to it because the fuel pump, it's got 2 different fuel pumps, right? And so both of them are clogged. And the fuel pump, it's not even registering the gas gauge because it's broke. So I got to replace that. And then I got to clean out the entire carburetor and everything, all the stuff, which I didn't know how to do any of this stuff. I just learned this stuff from watching this one guy called Sleeper Dude on YouTube.
Wow.
He's awesome. We watch him like every Saturday.
Yeah, it's a whole family that they work on cars and stuff, but if you've never checked it out, it's actually cool. It's family friendly, and it's a good. Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah, it's a good channel.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot about the engine by watching his show. Yeah.
So,
and he worked on a few of those motorhomes, and he got broke down a couple places, taking his kids on trips, across the country, and so he had to fix them on the fly.
Wow.
Long story short, don't buy a Fleetwood.
So that, when did you guys get into like the Constitution type stuff? Was that
that's
before the move? Okay.
Oh yeah. That was before the move. But I mean, I was into all that stuff when I was in high school, back in the 90s. I wanted to be an attorney, when I was younger, and so I took all these extra credit classes and everything. I was like a sophomore in senior classes and everything for government and civics and everything. But then I learned while I was in there that attorneys were the biggest problem with liberty. They were the ones that were making all these color of law stuff. And then after that, I got into the sovereignty movement, like in the early 90s. I started going to stuff. William Cooper was putting out all kinds of stuff at this time, and I'm like getting into William Cooper at this time, And so I started going to some of these seminars and stuff on sovereignty, and so then I started learning about the straw man, about being incorporated with our birth certificates and all this stuff, and so I started learning all that stuff, and yeah, so that was early on. I was into that early on. So but I just, like I said, I didn't go to college or anything for being an attorney because I just saw it was not something I wanted to do.
Now,
y'all had other plans for me.
Were you are you familiar with the Bundys and all that then? And the whole Oregon thing that happened?
Out in Oregon, yeah.
Yes.
The Bundy Ranch. Yeah.
Yes. When they went up there to help those 2 ranchers in Oregon, right, for that the BLM land grab or whatever.
Yeah. I was watching that stuff live when that was happening with David Knight. Yeah.
So was Chelsey and I. Chelsey got so attached. We were like 24/7. We had one of our phones on, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so with that whole thing with Lavoy Finicum and all that was a shame, man. And he's the one that they unalived, and it was with all that drone footage they showed it and stuff. I don't know if you remember him.
He kind of broke on me. I didn't catch that last part.
Lavoy Finicum. He was the man that they unalived when they were trying to go from one county to another in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, he was part of that. Yeah, that's what I got Chelsey more into the truth and Constitution and becoming a constitutionalist and researching and things like that. Chris Ann Hall, she was one of the people that were dealing with the Bundys and all that, a lawyer. Yeah, I like her actually. Yeah, we got to meet her. We went to one of her seminars and stuff like that. She came to Detroit, right? Was Troy, Michigan. Yep, I think we drove out to Troy to meet her. But that was really cool. Now, so were you guys both from Oregon then? Before you guys both moved here, or moved there to Arkansas?
We were both from Oregon.
Oh, that's cool.
I met Angeline. I was looking for a drummer because I'm supposed to be recording this album. I got all these songs, and I think, right, so I'm supposed to be recording this album. And the drummer that was playing with me, he had substance abuse issues, and so it was a ministry, and I was like, hey man, you got to get clean if we're going to do this, And he just couldn't get clean, And so I was looking for a drummer, and so the deacon at my church told me, this, Christian at this church called Lifelink, right? You should go there. You'll find a good drummer there, And so instead of finding a drummer, well, I guess she is a drummer. She keeps the time and rhythm to my heart.
Oh my God.
That's where Aunt Angeline.
Don't be eating people when you're listening to this. That's a good one.
Yep. What was really cool is I had given up. I was a bachelor for 7 years. My ex-wife was a daughter of Cain, literally. So I just gave up, and I was just in the ministry and so I was like, I'm just going to be a bachelor to the rapture. And then, God brings Angelina into my life. And, the first conversation, I have with her, this is the story. So I see her, of course she's pretty, and she's at the jam night, but I'm terrified because I had tried all kinds of, even online, trying to find a woman, a Christian woman that was a believer and a real believer, that really wanted to live out their faith. I wanted someone that I could grow in Yahushua with, right? And could not find that. I mean, they just, it wasn't there. And so I gave up. And when I gave up, that's when I met Angeline, and asked Yah for all these signs like Gideon, I'm like, well, if she's the one that you, because I want her to be the one that you prepared, because my pickers are broken. Like Rob said, my picker was broken, because I don't pick good. So you have to pick her out for me. She has to be from you. And so, I asked him for all these signs. She kept doing all these signs, fulfilling all these signs and everything. So I'm talking with her and everything, and she's just, meeting all those. And I didn't want to leave her that night. But then, I had to go home, and she had to go home. And so as I'm leaving, she goes over and I pray for another sign, and literally she picks up the jam night sign. She's carrying the sign. She's carrying a literal sign, Paulino.
That's funny.
And I don't even see it because I'm just terrified. I don't even see it, but I don't even realize it for a year that she's carrying a literal sign,
Yeah,
and
funny.
so y'all definitely has some sense of humor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then, so then I asked the person that's in charge of the jam night, if Angeline's single, because I was too scared to ask her. And she says, yeah, let me, so she texts me back later, and she's got Angeline's number and everything, and she gives it to me. And I'm like, what the heck? I was going to get her number. I just want to know if she was single. And she's like, oh yeah, she is. Here's your number. So that's what started it. But it was just like, Angeline felt like home. Like from the moment I met her, I was like, she's just home. And I only felt that in the presence of Yahushua, that feeling of home. And Angeline has that. I have that with her now. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, most people don't realize until they have that what it really feels like. So it's very interesting to have somebody that's not combative and things like that. It's very different. So we're gonna close up this, shut down the other streams, and we'll just be on the flatouttruth.com. You guys don't go nowhere. Don't hang up. But everybody else, we'll be talking to you guys later. If you guys want to listen to the rest of this, join the flatouttruth.com. and become part of the Curiosity community. It is free. So go there to the flatouttruth.com and become a member.
For all y'all on social media, make sure to like, subscribe, follow, and share.
That's right. And that's the Flat Out Truth. But anyway, I'm Paulino B Michael.
I'm Chelsey B Michael.
And as always, be safe.
Be blessed.
And that's the Flat Out Truth.
Right.